Hi, it's Sue Verhoeven here, and I am going to teach you how to make a little yummy supper. It's kind of like a twist on rice, but it's all with healthy ingredients. I made it accidentally yesterday when I was using up some of my ingredients, and it was so delicious that I'm going to have it again tonight, so I thought I'd show you how I made it. So, the first ingredient is, trying to pick it up, about that much cauliflower. In fact, it depends what you've got left. So cauliflower, okay. I'm actually going to use a bit of broccoli because, as you can see, it's a little bit wobbly. So I'm going to add a bit of broccoli for some colour, but I didn't use that last night. I'm going to use about this many chestnut mushrooms because that's all I've got left after using some of them yesterday. I'm going to chop in this is a small onion. You could use spring onions if you wanted to. This much fresh ginger and this much fresh turmeric. Look at that colour on that, isn't it amazing? Smells insane. 3 little garlic cloves. I'm going to use 3 of these Birdseye Chillis because I like it hot, but you don't have to have it hot if you don't like it hot. I'm also going to put in some curry powder, and I've got some cooked 1.5 cups of cooked quinoa, which I didn't add yesterday, but I thought I would add it today because it looks, I love it. So what I'm going to do with all these ingredients is I'm going to mince them up in my food processor so it's the texture of rice, and that will be ready to cook. I'm not going to put the cooked quinoa in that, I'm going to add that separately. Okay, so the other ingredient is tofu, naked tofu. Now, until last night, I have never enjoyed tofu, and it was so delicious, even my husband liked it. So this is what this tofu is like. It's kind of, can you see, it's kind of a bit spongy, but it's quite solid as well. And it smells of nothing and it tastes of nothing. But this is going to be kind of my meat on the side of this dish, and really what I'm going to be eating is just like a giant pile of rice, but it's not a pile of carbs, it's a pile of healthy vegetables and herbs. So I'm going to prep my veg, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I cook this tofu so it's so crispy and lovely. I'm going to be cooking it in toasted sesame seed oil. I love sesame seed oil, absolutely love it. You could add different spices in if you wanted to make it more kind of Thai. You could add some lime zest in it. You could add some lemongrass into it. So really, you know, you could add some basil leaves into it, which would be really nice, or some lime leaves, kaffir lime leaves would be really nice as well. But this is just what I've got. It was so delicious last night. I'm going to do it again. So I'll be back in a minute to show you how I cook the tofu. So all my ingredients are chopped up, and I'm just going to whiz them for a few seconds in my Ninja blender. That was just 9 seconds, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit more. There are still some pieces which are quite big. Let's have a look now. Oh, look at that. See, it's like rice. Perfect. The smells are absolutely heavenly. So that is going to be ready for me to fry off, but now I'm going to make the tofu delicious. So I'm going to fry off my tofu now in some nice hot toasted sesame seed oil, and I'm going to fry them until they're kind of quite dark in colour, and then I'm going to set them aside, and they go all crispy by themselves. It's absolutely divine. So here we go. Right, that oil, as you can see, is smoking now, so I'm going to add my tofu and stand back. So I'm going to fry them off until they go kind of a nice golden brown colour. They've been going for about 3 minutes now, and you can see that they're getting golden brown. I've added a bit of salt and pepper to them. They don't really have any flavour, but these are going to take on the sesame oil flavour, which is going to be divine. So just keep turning them over and make sure that they're kind of cooking evenly, and any ones that look too pale, just flip them over. Make sure they're all kind of evenly brown. So about 5 minutes, I think, in total. But you'll know, these are done now, so I'm going to take them off the heat and put them aside. Right, I've got lots of oil left from frying, which I'm going to season with a bit more salt, and a little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to put my vegetable mince in to fry. Here it is, the pan is smoking hot. So I'm just going to turn this over. Turmeric is really smelling fabulous. I'm going to add my curry powder now. Just over a tablespoon, that's 2 dessert spoons. I don't want this to stick to the pan, I want it to stick to the vegetables, so I'm kind of folding it in that way. It's got a lovely kind of coronation, like the coronation mayonnaise. In fact, it would be quite nice with some raisins run through it as well if you fancy it. That's only been a couple of minutes, if that. I'm just going to taste it now already. Lovely hot spicy. I'm going to add my quinoa now, although actually I don't need it, but I want to try it. This you could cook until it's done and serve it with your crunchy tofu. Absolutely delicious, but I'm putting some quinoa in. And this is on a high heat. A little taste. That's lovely. And that is almost ready. Delicious. I've turned it down low, and I'm just going to let the kind of steam cook the top of it. The vegetables are still quite al dente, which is fantastic, because they retain lots of their nutrients. I don't want it to be a slop, starting to brown underneath. My wok's very well seasoned so it doesn't stick. So you definitely want a kind of a non-stick pan for this if you don't have a well seasoned wok. I just wanted to show you the tofu. Can you see how crispy that is? Absolutely lovely. I think my rice will be ready now. Oh, that is so delicious. Absolutely gorgeous. Mmm. There you go. Mmm. Magnificent. I'm ready to eat now. I'll put the recipe up for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Quick and easy, huh?